have lent me their new 208 GT line. And on a lovely winter's evening, I brought it up to Chapman's Peak to see how the GT line drives a little bit. It's got quite a small engine. It's only a 1.2 3-cylinder. You can kind of hear that 3-cylinder noise. You push it a little bit. It actually handles really well in those bends. We'll see further up on Chapman's Peak how it goes. I get 96 kilowatts out of this 1.2 litre engine. Turbocharged, and it's quite peppy actually. As I said, the handling is really good for what it is. The other thing that makes this quite pleasurable to drive, especially over a mountain road like this, is this steering wheel and kind of the positioning of the steering wheel. It sits quite low down in your lap. It's an interesting position to kind of maneuver it in corners. It's quite a small steering wheel. It's got a flat top and a flat bottom, GT line badging in the bottom. The steering is very direct. A lot of feedback off the road too. Gonna catch up with some cars here. This is built as more of a compact SUV than any kind of hot hatch. Even though it says GT line, it's really more GT line than GT. The ride in this car and everything in this car punches way above its weight. Been driving it for about a week now. Done 700, 800 kilometers on it. It's been really, really good. Not once have I felt it underpowered or uncomfortable. It'll set you back just shy of 500,000 Rand, which is not bad for what you're getting. There is a lot of tech in here. Some really cool things, like if you walk up to the car with the key in your pocket, the car will unlock. You don't have to actually touch anything or pull on anything. If you walk away from the car, if you walk away from the car, it will then lock the car automatically, which is really cool. Doesn't have an electronic tailgate, which is one of those things, like you walk up to the car unlocks itself. Kind of expect it to open the boot for you as well. But I've really, really enjoyed the 288 this week. Peugeot have done a really good job in this car. The layout is good. The center screen here, which supports CarPlay and all that cool stuff, kind of faces me a little bit. It's quite a wide screen, so when you're running Apple CarPlay on there, you have kind of panels on the left and the right of the sort of CarPlay screen. It doesn't absorb the entire screen, which is quite smart. Everybody's out here tonight because it's just so insanely beautiful. Let's turn it around and go find a spot where I can show you some of the outside of the car. So a good chance to test the turning circle, which not as small as I'd like, but it's manageable. Kind of hear that raspy 3-cylinder sound, which is really nice. Brakes are really good. It sticks into the corners really nicely. Doesn't have much in terms of body roll. The suspension's quite It's quite pliable at speed, but it doesn't feel like rigidity or stiff or bumpy when you're going over any kind of bumps. It absorbs the bumps really well, but it's not soft in the corners. It's a really good balance, especially in a car this size. You wouldn't always expect that it would be so versatile. Some of the tech. As I mentioned, the steering wheel is relatively small and it's a very low down position. I quite like it. It's multifunctional, so you can control your audio and your screen in front of you. What's really cool from a tech perspective is that there's a whole bunch of 3D stuff going on the screen. Can't capture it on camera, so I'm not going to try and show you. But if ever you find yourself at a Peugeot dealership, go check that out. The screen in front here is really wide. A million settings. You can change the cabin lights and all that kind of cool stuff. All the settings for the screen kind of run on these buttons over here. So the top row you touch and the front row you press. So kind of two different functions, and obviously you got your volume knob over there. There's a little compartment over here which flips open and has an inductive charging mat, USB-C on that side, USB-A on that side. It has a 6-speed automatic gearbox, which, as you saw in the drive now, is an absolute peach. Automatic handbrake, drive mode, and some, what I can only assume is a downhill descent control button. The interior here is really cool. It's like, it's got the dash layer over here with green stitching in it. It's carbon fiber kind of inset, and a rim light over here, which you can change the colors of. It's red at the moment because we've been fiddling with it, and it doesn't really work with the green, but you can make it green to kind of match the interior. So the interior of this car is really nice. It's just really cool. It's got mirrors with lights, all the usual stuff, but really does punch above its weight in terms of the features you get and the amount of stuff really that you get inside this Peugeot.